Welcome back, everybody, here at EVO Japan 2020. We are getting down to the nitty-gritty of this bracket. Only top 192 left here at EVO Japan. I am Viram, of course, with me this time.
DC, what's really, really good, Viram, and man, we started off with 3,000 people before the event started. Then, once the event started, after getting through a long, long day yesterday, like you said, we found ourselves in the top 190X. And I'm just, it's been so long. I don't even know. The production's jet lagged. I'm jet lagged. I'm sure you're jet lagged. The players, imagine the players, dude. The players had a long day yesterday. At the very least, a lot of them from Japan. So, that's nice. Viram, I gotta say, dude, you're looking really crisp. You're looking really nice. All right, you didn't have to. If you could just give me a rang before we sat on commentary. Let me know. DC, go put your tie on, dude. I could have, hit a bow tie store or something, man.
That's all good. You got that. You got that for tomorrow, man. You got that for tomorrow.
All right. ProtoBanham versus Shogun. Looks like that's our first match here.
Yep, two of Japan's current elites. I think ProtoBanham slightly higher on the PR and the PGR, but definitely we're at that point in the bracket where sets can go either way. That's the talent that we got here in this bracket. But ProtoBanham already off to a strong start.
I noticed that yesterday, man. Even though there's obviously so many Japanese players here, there's just a lot of names, really familiar names you see, and exactly what you expect from them. And as we get deeper in the bracket, we're going to see more and more players from the PR, players from Japanese PR, putting in the work like this. So tell me about this matchup. How do you feel about it on paper?
I feel like as long as Lucina is able to set the pace, as long as she's able to weave around those grenades, she has the mobility, she's got the hitboxes, she can put a lot of hurt on Snake, but as soon as Shogun takes the lead, it's going to be really, really difficult for ProtoBanham to really get his foot in the door.
And that's the name of the game. For some of these projectile characters, once they get the lead, the snowball begins and it starts rolling, man.
Yep. And for a character like Snake, who has such high damage output per hit, it's really, really potent with him.
Yeah, my favorite thing about Snake is he doesn't care about trading, dude. Grenade in his hand, all right, that trade didn't necessarily go in his favor, but he's usually not afraid to trade with the grenade in his hand.
Yeah, just because he's so heavy, such a bulky character, usually the grenade generates advantage for him because his buttons are also so fast as well.
Yeah, I hope here that ProtoBanham realizes, obviously he's in the lead right now, doesn't have to overextend. Snake is a very hard-hitting character, and exactly what I said came to pass, man. Overextend a little bit, get that parry, and up tilt's going to close out the stock.
Very, very nice. Not too much of a lead right now for ProtoBanham, but he does have Shogun stuck in the air, and this is one of the points where Snake is the most vulnerable.
Yeah, you say that? It's crazy, though. That's kind of what Snake has to do. Pretty much forced to recover high in a lot of situations and just kind of gamble his way back to the ground.
Yeah. He does have a few ways to mix it up. Of course, B-reverse grenades, C4 as well, but it can be a tough time for Snake, particularly versus Disjoint.
ProtoBanham in a nice little lead here, 155. Snake's a heavy character, but even at 155, he needs to be careful. Back air will close out that stock, and Proto one stock away from closing out this game number one.
Yeah, superb ledge control from ProtoBanham right there. And even though Shogun does have center stage here, it really, really doesn't matter when you have such a lead like this.
Desperately trying to roll his way, regain some stage control. I respect that, man. It's hard once you're down a bit. You just want to get on stage and reset yourself and start the match anew. Yeah,
it's really easy to kind of fall into the trap of trying to rush, trying to reset to a comfortable position, and it's then when your opponent can really capitalize, particularly when you're working at that deficit.
And capitalize is the name of the game for Proto right here. Nice little airstreak. Still, Snake hasn't touched the ground in like 30 seconds now, man.
Finally resets with the grenade, but who cares when a forward smash is right there to intercept you, ProtoBanham.
That cut his toenails, dog. Are you serious? That was on the tip of his hurt box. Perfectly timed, perfectly space forward smash, and Proto takes game number one.
It's the kind of forward smash where if it were Marth, you would have felt that. You would have just exploded across the screen if it was Marth, but we are playing Lucina, who this time around
too soon, man. Too soon. Rest in peace, Marth. I don't know what happens to all the Marth players. I mean, it's hard out there. It's hard out there.
It is. He's having a tough time, but he's not terrible. It's just that when you have Lucina here, who within the context of this game is so much more fitting a choice a lot of the time, it's tough to really justify the pick of Marth.
Yeah, he's definitely not terrible, but it's a bad feeling that when you're a character from Melee, he's an old school character, then he gets a new Echo in the last game, and now all of a sudden their Echo's better than you are. It's like, come on, man. I'm a veteran here. Oh, well. I saw a change of tag, and both players thinking very intently right here. It looks like both in very, very deep thought. I think we might see a change of character as well.
That'll be interesting. I know Shogun played Fox back in Smash 4.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if...
I saw S-Fox as his tag, so...
Ah, that would make perfect sense. Yeah, after the Snake got kind of disassembled in that game, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a pick to a much faster character that can keep up with the pace with Lucina.
And has honestly has just better options in terms of returning from the ground when he's in the air. You know, much faster fall. It's going to be a little bit fast. It's a little bit harder to catch his fall. Has some horizontal movement options, which with side B, and has shine, of course, to delay his recovery.
Yep.
So I think it's probably a good counter pick here. Let's see if he looks like he's still thinking about it though. Like these are 2 out of 3 matches, so this if he he's going all in on this if he switches to Fox.
Yeah. If he loses here, he will be knocked into losers. But he is sticking it out with the Snake instead. Okay.
Just putting his tag on the switch just in case. Maybe I'll use it later. I don't know. Game number 2.
Right here on PS2 this time, a lot more kind of flat, vertical, horizontal space for Snake to work with.
That's true, but he's also missing that top platform. He's going to have less options in terms of landing. And I think that was his big problem, man. Lucina was putting in work on him every time he tried to land, giving you a couple good hits, and those add up after a while.
Good work so far to Shogun. This is what he wants to be doing. He wants that space to lay these grenades down so that he can really set up his offense and his defense properly.
Yeah, something I noticed about him seems like he's always trying to hold on to center stage. That's really where Snake shines, you know, either center stage or just complete opposite. Once he has that lead, like we mentioned before, he's going to try to hold on to it. Once again, kind of forced to go high there. Grenade in hand, that's the worst feeling, man. You know, it's counting down. You got to figure out something quick.
Yep. Smart Proto to just stay in shield right there. Shogun was looking for a jump, but ProtoBanham wisely not giving it to him. Good call out on the jump that time, and that Nair taking that first stock. Shogun finally with his first lead of the set.
And you see how fast ProtoBanham came up from that Angel platform, wants to get back in the battle immediately. He doesn't want to give Shogun any room to breathe here.
And I really like the overall confidence that ProtoBanham is playing with. He knows that even at the deficit, he needs to maintain his kind of aggressive play style. Play with that kind of vigor and advantage that he had last time.
I don't know what just happened there. I don't know if you saw him get hit by 2 grenades in a row. Yeah. That's like the worst case scenario. Maybe he tried to pick up one and the other exploded next to him. I have no idea, man. That was wild.
Yeah, it's easy to kind of fall into the trap of those slight misspacings against characters like Snake. Finally gets his opening though, but Shogun answering back immediately with that down tilt.
Yeah, and I love these aggressive kind of recoveries coming up from Pro. Every time he gets hit away, come back down with the forward air, come back down with the back air. I'm not afraid, man. I'm not afraid to press buttons against you. Like a magnet for these grenades, though. This is crazy. Nice. That's the scrambles that Snake players love, man. Both exploding the trade and throws out the back air to close out the stop.
So good when you're a character like Snake who has such fast, powerful aerial buttons. There's a lot of lag on them, but it doesn't really matter in those air-to-air exchanges. Love the stagger on that forward tilt as well.
Hey man, that was the name of the game in Brawl back in the day. Really hard to deal with the stagger and forward tilts. He went all in on the tech chase. He said, I'll do it. I'll bet anything here. Good parry. Tries to call that jump towards the stage instead of Proto going backwards away from the stage.
And throughout that whole sequence, Shogun was not really allowing Proto to get back to the center stage. Finally, he finds a little bit of space, but again, Shogun just immediately knocks him back off.
Oh, I love that Nair, add shield, covering. It doesn't matter what side you're on, covering both options.
Proto superbly playing around this up tilt that he knows that at the moment that is the win con, but he does have to be careful. A little bit more damage and that could be it. Yes, it is. Answering back with a 2-stock of his own and Shogun in that game too. Good stuff.
I like that. I mean, you know, the confidence of sticking with Snake. He thought about it for a while. He said, you know what? I wasn't too far behind in that game number 1. I think I can do it in game number 2 here. But, I mean, this is another crucial decision he has to make. Do I stick with Snake? You know, do I, was it too close for comfort? Maybe maybe get some data here. As far as I know, this is winners, right?
Yes.
Winners side. Okay, so maybe get some data. Maybe even if you lose, you still have losers bracket to. I don't know, man. Maybe some days it be like that when you play multiple characters and you're just feeling one character more than the other.
Yeah, definitely. Another thing to keep in mind is the potential stage pick coming out from Proto that may influence Shogun's character decision here. If it's a tighter, smaller stage like Yoshi's or Battlefield again or Smashville, we may see the Fox come out in response. But if it's a larger stage, you know, we may stick to the Snake.
I love it, man. We're getting down to nitty-gritty like you mentioned, and no, it's no longer fun and games. Every decision you make is a very big impact on the rest of your day. You know, this could be the decision that sets them to losers, or the decision that moves them further into the bracket.
Very, very crucial decision right here.
Proto, on the other hand, just looking kind of, come on, man, I want to play. I'm ready. It's hard, though. You can't rush him.
Yeah. He really does have to think carefully because he knows that the Fox option is there. So he just needs to kind of pick the stage that covers everything for him, and that's really tricky.
And I don't know if you saw, if you look very closely, his hands were trembling a little bit, shaking just a little bit. I think it's a very, that just goes to show how crucial this decision is. And it looks like he's sticking with, sticking with Snake. Yep.
Going to Town and City, another big, large, flat stage. Definitely that extra space really helped Shogun last time in terms of being able to properly set up his grenades.
Well, and you know, Proto was really taking advantage of that tri-platform layout in game number 1. I wonder if this isn't quite tri-plats, but having a higher platform may help him out in terms of these kind of ladders against Snake. Look at that.
Wow. Look at that. What a magnificent sequence. He almost got the KO right there.
Yeah, I was scared, man. I thought I was going to see that star KO in just a second. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no! Was it the animation of throwing the grenade that shifted his hurt box backwards into the blast zone?
It must have been so unfortunate for Shogun right there, but it's crazy to think that after that kind of slow thought process from ProtoBanham, he just came out the floodgate swinging.
Yeah, wow. That is not the way you want to start a game number 3 here. But he's down. He's down, but he's not out yet. Has Lucina at 108% and on the ropes right now, so...
Yeah, a couple of solid hits here and there for Shogun, and he will equalize this game. Oh, precarious position, but he gets out of it.
Every time I see Snake start up that Cypher, man, you know, he sinks a little bit before he actually starts rising. Oh, Nikita coming back.
Oh, a bit of a close range Nikita, but no punish.
The wherewithal, knowing that grenade would pop him upward, if anything.
Just the way that Shogun at the moment is kind of patrolling this ledge. He's holding center stage so well while simultaneously pressuring the ledge from a distance.
I don't know if you saw that grenade coming back down. Proto knew that Shogun would have to shield that, so he went for the shield breaker, just barely misspacing it, but the smartest of plays.
That is just the kind of decision making that we can expect at this point in the bracket. Both these players, such high level threats. Oh, the double parry on the net.
Parry, and it's going to be a big punish on the Dolphin Slash.
Even just the down air alone. And again, he read the jump right there. We were seeing that a lot in game 2.
I'm scared, man. Every time I see him in that bubble. Oh, and another back air will pull that in stock. And, man, it's hard out here. You can tell a lot of his stocks have been lost to being forced to recover that high and getting punished.
Excellent grab right there. Tries to read, but even had the grenade there to punish the spot dodge as well.
Yep, covering all options. I love that.
Great grab from ProtoBanham right there. Now the damage is starting to rack up, missing the punish on the landing.
Yeah, and you gotta wonder, he can close out the stock here, but he still has a lot of ground to cover. And again, going high. He's a sit and duck in that Cypher, whipping his up tilt, and once again in a terrible position against Proto.
And kind of refreshing his landing by going to the platform, but again, a really bad spot, and this is pretty much Proto's game. What a chase!
Oh my gosh, what a game number 3 for ProtoBanham, man. That was nuts. He, like you said, he came out swinging. That first stock vanished in an instant, and after that, that's how it begins, man. The snowball just begins like that.
And we were scared throughout that whole game. Was Proto going to get that chase all the way to the top of the top of the blast zone, and then by the end of the game, he did actually manage to get it. I was expecting something like a dolphin slash to finish it, just to quickly get up there, but the up air was an even better option.
That's wild, man. It's I mean that was the name of the game for all three matches. I feel like Snake forced to recover high, and just like how do I get back down without taking too much damage. Very rarely do we see him get back down to the ground, not taking any damage, and even more rare actually winning the exchange. So hard life for Snake players, man. That's the life you chose, though.
Yeah. You got all this power behind your kit, but when you're stuck in the air versus a lot of these powerful other characters, it is a real hard time getting down.
That was a fun set, though. That was a great set between two players. I feel like at this point, you can't even be mad losing to someone. It's like, yeah, I played my heart out, but so did you, dude. So it's like, great. You're just putting on a great match for all the viewers. God, I can't be mad.
When you're this far into the bracket of potentially, I believe this is Japan's largest Smash tournament to date.
Yeah.
The concentration of talent is so high. You just got to keep pushing forward even after that winner's side lost. But next up, we have the #1 boy in Japan, Zackray himself, coming up versus AA, arguably currently the second best Shulk in Japan after.
What is that?
That is a funky Pro Controller.
Is that legal? Hold on a sec. Is that one of the Mad Cat's turbo controllers? That's the controller I used to give my little brother back in the day, man.
I haven't heard the word Mad Cats in years.
Rest in peace. Yeah, that's another too soon. It's glowing too. Can we get a? Wow, that is actually a pretty crisp controller.
It's got the green and the blue. If he was a real Shulk main, it would have all 5 Monado Art colors.
The problem is if he wins this event, he's gonna have to replace his controller with that Pro.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
It's like, which one do I use now? Look at this. This is crazy, man. Look at these 2-player cams. Look like kids. Just kids. These are top Japanese players. These guys look like I used to do. Summer school. I used to be a counselor, man. So I wouldn't even be surprised to see these guys there. But
I know Zackray is about 17, I believe. It's crazy. There's young blood coming up in this game. Absolutely nuts.
I'm telling you, man, it's like the Olympics. You know how in gymnastics, like your body's more flexible, so the younger you are, the better you are at gymnastics. The same thing in Smash. Your fingers are more flexible. You can do more spot dodges and more dash dances and things.
Reaction time is faster.
Yeah.
You're still at that age where it's easier to learn new things, so you just kind of pick up habits very quickly, all that stuff.
Don't have a full-time job. It's a hard life, man.
That's always the thing. You got to shout out the older players in the scene, the older competitors in the scene. The 30+ people still going at it. They've been in the scene for like a decade and a half. Still playing the game. Still very high level. There's a good handful of them across the world.
It's a blessing and a curse, when you're a lot more busy, you're a lot older, but you have all that wisdom and all that knowledge from tons of years of playing.
Yeah, and you still have all that passion as well. Zackray opting for the Rob. Zackray is a man of a million characters. Yesterday he was playing the Joker. Today he's busting out the Rob. He's got the Game & Watch, Mario, Sonic, Corrin, Wolf, all sorts of characters under his belt.
And those are the scariest players, man, because you never really know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We were talking about Shulk yesterday, how it's such a difficult character to play, but I feel like on top of that, he's a really difficult character to play against.
Yeah.
It's you have to adjust the way you think and play against a character multiple times a stock. There's characters like Pokemon Trainer where have to do it a couple times. Switch Squirtle to Ivysaur, to Charizard. But this, he switches. You're switching Monado Arts like every 10 seconds or so, and you cannot play the same in Shield against a Shulk in Shield Art versus a Shulk in Speed Art, obviously. So it's crazy. It's a lot of thinking for both players, so it can be mentally taxing to play this and play against this character.
Yeah, the Shield Art in particular, because a lot of your usual kind of bread and butter combos that you'd normally go for, suddenly he has a tool to just make those not work, and at those low percents, they can become unsafe on hit. He punishes you, potentially takes your stock, and it's like, what on earth happened? I was winning. I won neutral, but then I died. But Zackray, I'm certain, is definitely a player who is aware of that kind of thing. Gonna do his best to play around all of that.
I find it funny that that Rob, or Robot in this game, I should say
Robot, yeah.
is older than Zackray.
Yes. About twice his age.
Twice his age.
Twice his age.
How does this man even know what this thing is? All right. Game number 1, starting off on PS2.
Immediately starting with Buster Art. 44% and a couple of hits. Oh, that forward smash.
Man, that quick 91%. Isn't that a crazy sentence?
Quick 91 into potential death and the vision.
Oh,
he sees it.
I was about to ask you, Grim, like, why do you think Robot we're starting off with? You know why? What about this matchup? Robot wins.
Honestly, I just think Robot, in the context of like this current meta, is just such a solid, well-rounded pick. There's so many of them, and the character's really, really flexible in a lot of ways in this game. But AA, what a strong start from him.
Yeah, Zackray not too far behind, though. He can find the KO soon here. He hasn't taken too much. All right, well.
Never mind.
Never mind then.
One solid combo in Monado Buster, and everything starts running away from you.
And immediate switch to smash art. Back to jump. Man, he's going in.
Oh, a little bit too over-aggressive right there. Zackray scouted that out beautifully.
AA is all in all the time. This is crazy. He doesn't stop. He doesn't slow down for a second.
And I actually really like that he's going for these big high-commitment moves in Monado Smash. If he lands them, Zackray dies, and if he doesn't, because he's in Smash, he's not going to get comboed.
This man's crazy. Get the string. I love that. Always going for shield art and coming back from the ledge, knowing, hey, anything you do here is really not going to... I don't have to guess right for my ledge get-up option. You know, I'm not going to take any knockback.
AA kind of at the moment playing like a man possessed, but Zackray is here to kind of slow him down. Now in the lead until that moment.
Yeah, all things considered, though, it's a pretty even match here. I'm sure Zackray's not going to take too long to find a way to close out this stock. Boom. Yeah, what did I tell you, man? What did I tell you?
You had it on the money. He even tried to switch to Monado Shield, but he was a little bit too slow on the trigger.
Oh yeah, didn't think about that. That is up smash is 2 hits, isn't it? So yeah, probably do have enough time. That's crazy. What a character.
Some off stage. Ooh, missing that grab. He had the idea, but a lot of great interceptions.
Oh, air dodge, missing the ledge that he was very likely going for.
Yep.
And just in so much recovery, not able to bring it back. He stood up, put his head down, like, damn, I made novice mistake here in top 190.
Misjudged the distance right there. We saw a lot throughout that game. Zackray really had a handle of when AA was trying to jump towards the latter half of that game. He was like, okay, I'm just going to keep placing these fairs here. What's he going to do about them? As good a character as Shulk is in this game, he still doesn't have the fastest set of buttons in the world.
Crazy thing, look at Zackray's face, man. It's just like, even after that first stock, stone cold.
Yeah, very composed player.
Just here to win, here to play, here to win. I hope that doesn't rattle AA at all. You know, it's a mistake. You know, it happens to the best of us. That first stock was explosive, and I'd love to see more of that throughout the entire game. Yep. Back to PS2 for game number 2.
This time, instead of starting with the Monado Buster that worked out so well for him before, he's instead going for that Monado speed to get things going.
Close range laser.
Oh, that's a ton of damage. Now the up edge, the up tilt into the up air juggles.
And that's pretty funny. I don't know if you noticed, he's switching to shield art. Actually may have made it so those more up tilts connected. And man, what's going on? It's that Mad Catz controller, man. Those things only last like 3 months.
Had he not turned around, that he might have been able to magnet hand to the ledge, but he was facing the wrong way.
Again, I really hope that doesn't rattle him. He's an amazing #1 Shulk player, like you may have mentioned. So take that in stride and keep on going.
And this is another thing that kind of hurts Shulk in this matchup. These very close-up exchanges. He doesn't have the boxing options to really deal with Rob you know, pressing moves like down tilt, up tilt on his shield. He doesn't really have anything to relieve that pressure outside of air slash. But good offstage chase. Is he going to commit further?
Oh, I love Zackray. Still aggressive. He knows he needs to clear some space to get back to the ledge here. It's going to be running out of gas soon, though. Oh, it's not going to matter at all.
Superb edge guard right there from AA, and that's one of the great things about Shulk. He's so good at edge guarding because his aerials are basically impossible to contest for most of the cast.
Oh, Zackray throwing the gyro downward to break the combo shortly after getting hit, and all of a sudden stage control is his.
Kept his jump. Oh, but he died anyway. The poor DI away. Unfortunate for AA, and now full stock down once again.
It's crazy, you know, you wouldn't really expect a lot of players to go for the aggressive option like that. They get the hit. You'd expect maybe Robot to retreat to stage, pull out gyro or something, but no, he's going right back in.
Oh, the Z drop on the gyro.
Oh my goodness
that
gracious.
Be the Gimp. What a swift game coming out from Zackray. That was quite a hot and cold experience for AA.
Man, that's hard. You know, you play that set, it's done in a minute and a half, and it's like, what did I learn here? Like,
yeah.
Did I get any data on Zackray?
Yeah, that was especially crazy. Like, he started off that set so strong, and then it just kind of went downhill from there, and he didn't really have enough time to adjust things in this gameplay properly. Of course, we had a couple of like unfortunate gimps and SDs as well, but good stuff once again to Zackray moving forward in the winner's side of bracket. AA still in the running though.
Yeah. Again, all these matches are winner's side matches, so yeah, at the very least have another chance.
Yes. Coming up next, of course, we have Demise's very own Mr.E versus Kept.
All the way from Tri-State. It's a long flight, man.
Yeah, very long flight. Very big time zone difference as well. It's like 14 hours or something like that. Something crazy. Yep. My goodness.
Hopefully he's gotten over that jet lag. I know he's made it all the way here there, so.
Oh, he's hanging in there in the bracket so far. This is, I believe, the second round of top 192. So both these players very, very high level at this point. Kept actually number 16 in Japan, playing Villager and Isabel.
Real quick, back to Mr.E. Him and Anti are the only two Americans left in the bracket.
I think so, yeah.
I think so, yep. Do we have any other notable countries still, if you know, perhaps?
No.
I know yesterday we saw a lot of international representation, but I'm curious to see if, you know, how many of them made it this far into the bracket.
I know that, of course, we had some Australian talent. There's a very strong French player called Vince. He's a French Link player, power ranked in France. He might still be at this point in the bracket. I'm not entirely sure. That's cool. Something that we could check.
Yeah, I'd love to check on that later. But yeah, all my, you know, I'm definitely, obviously no bias here, but you know, we all come. Well, sorry, I come from America, so I got a little, I got a root for my boy Eric and of course my boy Anti. I'm just here to see some good Smash, though.
We're all here to see some good Smash. Can't go wrong with some good Super Smash Brothers Ultimate action.
Absolutely. Guys, make sure if you're enjoying the stream, use the hashtag EVO Japan 2020 on Twitter. I know it's probably like 3 a.m. for some of you guys. If you're still awake, you know, grab a late night snack and buckle up. We got a lot more Smash coming for you for the rest of the night. Mr.E's been having a good weekend so far. Saw him play some casuals yesterday. The Japanese players were lined up to play against him. That's cool, man. Got a lot of practice. He's gonna come back to America like a god, you know.
This is definitely the period to ascend. And of course, he had a fantastic run at Glitch. Yep. Glitch last weekend, of course. Glitch is kind of, I feel like that's one of Mr.E's tournaments. He always does well at the Glitches. Of course, he managed to win one a couple years back as well. Getting his first major top 8 last weekend. So he's going in here with a lot of momentum.
I got to respect Kept there playing the Black Villager. That's a man after my own heart there.
It's crazy to think that they changed this costume like partway through development. It used to be how it was in Smash 4. It used to be the pale skin, but then they changed it. They changed that and like a couple of the Pokemon trainer skins to be darker.
Yeah, you're right. A little more representation around here. I don't know what's going to play about that one.
Ooh, to answer your question from before, Vins is still in the bracket, loser side of top 192, but also Extra from Australia, one of the highest ranking, I think the #1 or #2 ranked player in Australia, also still in top 192 of this bracket.
And you know why? It's because that flight from Australia is not that long. He's not jet lagged as everybody else.
Fly up.
Game number 1, Mr.E versus Kept. Mr.E, of course, signed by Demise. Whoa, a little low there.
Now this is going to be a test of how quickly Mr.E is able to adapt to Villager, because there's not really that much high and top level representation for this character stateside. So that bowling ball was very, very close. Mr.E just stuck in the corner at the moment.
Yeah, he spent most of this match here on the right side ledge, taking 70% for his troubles. Hopefully he can get something started very soon here. Villager, you know, once you get on him, it's very hard for him to get out. Lots of slow startup attacks.
But he does have that neutral air, that frame 3 nair to relieve that pressure.
How do you think that's going to fare against that disjointed sword that Lucina has, though, you know?
Yeah, gonna get sliced through, that's the problem. It's going just Mr.E having a real hard time finding center stage, gets the down air, but no combo off of it.
Yeah, I mean, this is the Villager special, man. Keep him locked down. Kept is doing a great job of keeping him stuck in the corner here. Oh, man.
Really, really good pressure off the ledge, and that's one of the things about Villager. It's been a thing since Smash 4. Character is so good in the corner and off stage at just applying pressure to you.
Going for that very relatively risky grab there. He's actually pretty high connector rate on his grabs, you know.
Yeah, that Villager grab, not the best in the game. Good call out on that jump. Again, when you're not familiar with this kind of character, you don't know what kind of traps they're looking for. That's stuff that Mr.E is going to have to steadily get adjusted to as he plays through this set.
I like that. Mr.E going low, expecting a low recoveries, and quickly adjusting to Dolphin Slash at higher recovery.
The air dodge off stage, but it is Villager. He should be able to make it back. Great tech coming up from Kept.
Yeah, I feel like when you're a Villager player, you gotta be ready for those stage gets. You're gonna be in that situation a lot.
Yeah. Good bait on the pocket right there. Mr.E keeping this as close as possible. And I think just seeing steady adaptations coming from him in this game. Even if he loses this, it does seem promising for him overall. Good get-up attack.
Yeah, and just recently we saw what we were talking about, that Nair losing out to the forward air. Oh, jab block. Good damage coming out from Villager. He doesn't do quite a bit, you know, not that much damage, but all damage is good damage in a game like this.
Absolutely. Great parry, and now finally Mr.E's chance to harass him at the ledge, but again, the reversal while off stage. That slingshot's so good, and the pivot grab to get the KO.
Runs right underneath him as he's landing. Incredibly smart, knowing, you know what, you're not going to expect me to be on this side.
Sneaky, sneaky child.
Yeah, it's just like you said, Mr.E. Definitely, the onus is on him to adapt to this character here, because I'm certain that Kept has played his fair share of Lucina players.
Yeah. There are even just considering the top level Lucinas in ProtoBanham and Etsuji, there's probably a bunch more considering how common this character is in general. Tech chase is excellent stuff.
The tech, man, it's hard. I feel like I've seen that all weekend. I know, obviously easier said than done, but I mean, these are the crucial techs you cannot be missing.
Mr.E finding his footing once again. Lots of trades back and forth, but Mr.E is the one with the stage control still. Beautiful nair to just relieve that pressure. And now, again, the tables have turned. Constant back and forth between these two amazing competitors.
Yeah, crazy how even this is. It seems like for the most part, Mr.E's been getting clipped by a lot of these projectiles.
Yeah.
But of course, they're much lower damage than a hit from Lucina.
Oh, that's it. He doesn't have a jump anymore. That's going to be it. And the bowling ball for good measure. That's a skull cracker right there. Game 1 going to Kept.
That's crazy, man. Just add the bowling ball as the icing on the cake. He said, you know what? I'm going to make sure you feel this one going into game number 2.
That's such a cool confirm that we saw a couple times from Kept. So the dash attack, the pot from off stage, confirming into the late fair. Not something that you see every day.
All right, all things considered, though, Mr.E not too far behind in that game number 1.
Absolutely not. This is very doable set for him.
like just a couple adjustments, you know, a couple times. That's the Villager classic. You throw out a gyroid, and then you cover the high option. A lot of people opt to try to jump over the gyroid. Hey, just block it, man, or don't jump towards it, just jump over it.
Of course, the alternative is to, especially if you're a really fast character, just run in and attack Villager during the startup, because it doesn't have a hitbox immediately.
I'm sorry, we've been calling him Villager, but this is Murabito.
Murabito.
Yeah, sorry, Murabito. Like you said, right through that gyro. Does not have a hitbox on startup.
Good parry. Doesn't get the sweet spot down air, but going for the chase off stage.
More aggression coming out from Eric now. It's hard if you jump too soon. You know, as it's called in the gyro, you can find yourself in kind of a hard situation where you have really no option but to like air dodge to the ground there. Mr.E closing out the first stock, really taking 91%. Oh,
whoa, real low bowling ball right there.
Yeah, a little too slow on the turn, the down air.
Well, this is still a pretty good position for Mr.E. He's willing to kind of play this slower game because he does have this lead. He doesn't need to press the advantage. Excellent parry, just maintaining advantage very, very well here. But a great parry response from Kept, and that'll be the stock down smash into up smash.
Great. He honestly didn't even need to parry that down there. So much recovery. I think he had enough time to throw out that down smash and confirm the KO.
Kept, for the most part, is doing a pretty good job varying the position of his projectiles, but Mr.E steadily catching on bit by bit.
And no hesitation from Mr.E right after the jab, instant nair.
Oh, the way that he's moving around this platform as well, just making it as ambiguous as possible. Almost gets a forward tilt to clear that stock, and now it's Kept's turn.
Was that another falling down there to close out the stock? Man, Mr.E not afraid of doing it. He's been parried actually 2 or 3 times now and punished, but he doesn't care at all.
Back throw off stage, caught the jump again.
Yeah,
no
lucky.
punish.
Yeah, very, very lucky he was able to magnet hands onto that ledge.
Tried to read the roll in right there with that down smash.
Scary situation to be stuck on that platform. I thought the grab was going to come out, but instead opts to bait out the jump away. Close it out with a fair, and now we got an even game.
Yeah, he's done such a good job kind of varying his rhythm there. He scared him with the jab before because he managed to get it before, and then he went, okay, I'm not going to go for the grab this time. Instead, just hit you with this aerial. Good grab once again from Kept. We're going to see the same thing. Oh, tries to go for the bowling ball. It misses, and he gets punished with that back air. That was...
I was so scared, Biram. I thought the moving platform had made the bowling ball connect, actually. I wasn't entirely sure what was going on, but, man, that was scary. Mr.E, though, clutching that one out. Very scary. You know, I like how both players not afraid to fight on that moving platform, though.
Yeah.
A lot of early stocks going to be lost there. And now Mr.E looking around for a translator.
I think a chunkier character would have been caught by that bowling ball and probably would have lost their stock being that close to the blast, and that bowling ball is so strong.
Mr.E asking about DSR.
DSR, for those of you who don't know, at home essentially is a rule where a player cannot go back to the stage that they last won on. So this kind of affects how stages are counterpicked. If there is DSR, that means that Kept would not be able to go back to Final Destination, which is where he won first. And so Mr.E wouldn't have to ban that in his stage pick.
Oh yeah, that changes a lot there. And I'm certain either way, Mr.E does not want to go back to Final Destination. Very hard stage to fight Villager on.
Yeah.
Can't go back, confirmed. DSR is a thing. Where do you think he's this is Kep's counter pick. Where do you think he wants to go if Final Destination's banned?
Ooh. He might even just run it back to Town and City.
Yeah, I can see that, man. That's the closest you're gonna get. Like halfway through the match, you got a little Final Destination. No.
Oh, PS2, another good alternative, of course. Nice long stage as well. Same characters, of course, kept locking in the Murabito. No Shizue coming out from him, the Isabel.
3, 2, 1, go!
All right, game number 3 begins here. Both players have shown that they have what it takes to beat the other one. I think Mr.E made great adjustments starting game number 2. Go ahead.
Oh, deep down air already. Barely even starting off the game.
Narrowly threading the needle through that bowling ball.
How and where Mr.E places his jumps off stage is so crucial versus Kept. If he misplaces just one, he will lose that stock and will have to fight against the harassment of those repeated slingshots.
Oh, I love the aggression. Looking for a little bit too slow, pulling the trigger on that forward smash on the gyro pull, but that is something you can do. You have just enough time. You can react to the gyro pull.
Dropped through the platform to try to get a punish right there, but down air was not quite the play. And kept getting so many of these grabs. He's doing such a good job conditioning Mr.E into shield in these neutral exchanges.
Yeah, this is not a fast grab. That's something you got to make sure your opponent. You got to make sure your opponent is shielding and afraid of you before you can start throwing them out.
Excellent spacing from Kept right there, just keeping outside of that sword range so we can get that slingshot. And now that Kept has the lead, the onus is on Mr.E to close the gap. 101%. Villager's surprisingly bulky for his size.
Yeah, I think Kept's gonna play this one relatively safe and just keep throwing out those fairs, spacing out just outside of the sword range that Lucina has. Great Dolphin Slash to break up that roll. Keep the stage control his.
I'm actually really liking Mr.E's usage of that down air. It has such kind of a wide hitbox, and it starts behind him, so that timing is rather unintuitive. Good tech chase again. Kept has either been missing those techs or going for the neutral tech, and Mr.E is catching on. Beautiful back air to keep this as close as possible. Only 59%.
Love that rolling towards mid stage. Says, you know what? You're going to stay there and block my gyro, I'm going to regain stage control.
Now he's been forced back into the corner just by the pressure of Mr.E's movement.
So he's still jumping over that gyro, though. It's risky. You know, it works sometimes. On other times he's gotten punished for another parry on the down air, but no punch this time from Kept.
Yeah, Mr.E is doing a really good job kind of fading back outside of the comfort range after those down airs. Beautiful forward tilt again, just getting past the lack of a hitbox on the Lloyd Rocket.
There it is, Kept now once again reading those jumps over the gyro, and that could be the end of his stock. Honestly, that back air is powerful enough.
Oh, called out the neutral get up with the tree, and now Kept has quite a comfortable lead on his side.
The hitbox is so active, it's so big, so active. It's the worst feeling in the world to lose stock to that.
Big, active, and powerful. Mr.E potentially on his winner's side. Final stock if he's not able to take this game from Kept right here, right now.
Maybe trying to roll through that. It's dropping the shield.
Have to wait a little bit longer. That jab being having a jab finisher in this game. It didn't have one in Smash 4. Made it actually a lot more ambiguous to punish, but in this game, that is different. Great forward tilt from Mr.E.
Was that forward tilt? It looked like a dash attack, but either way, man, jeez. Mr.E keeping himself in this game. Every time I think that you know, Kept's gonna run away with it, like villagers usually seem to do once they have the lead. Mr.E plays smart, wins neutral. Wow.
Trying to... Oh, great recovery from Kept right there, hugging the stage, making it so that Lucina could not chase him. But what a lead for Mr.E at the moment. He's completely turned the tables.
Yeah, he had limited options down there because you cannot go underneath the stage like you can in other certain stages. Man, Mr.E has completely ran this one back, and now having kept on the ropes here in the corner, what is Kep's response?
Mr.E's reactions to everything that's happening so far have been really, really excellent.
Woo.
Stuck in the corner. He's catching all these roll-ins.
It was so fast, Veer. It was so fast across the stage. The back air out of shield. Mr.E will move on after a very close set against Japanese villager Kept. That was great. I like that. I used to play villager. I love watching the character.
Character's very, very cool, very interesting. But man, that was crazy. As we mentioned right at the start of the set, it really came down to the adaptation from Mr.E. He was using a lot of these kind of quick whiffed aerials, landing with them, and then understanding when Keps was going to want to roll, want to escape back to center stage, and then just covering that option with Dolphin Slash, with back air, all sorts of great options.
Yeah, it's wild. You know, there's a couple times too. Mr.E made an adjustment right over Kep's adjustment. Mr.E jumping over that gyro at times, but after getting hit with the forward air, you saw him come down with an aggressive forward air of himself. Dude, it was wild. It was wild. Mr.E. I love watching these American players in Japanese tournaments, dude. But guys, we're gonna have more Smash in just a sec. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna take a quick ad break. We'll be right back. See ya.
Welcome back, everybody, to EVO Japan 2020, and I hope you guys like Zero Suit Samus, because we have some Zero Suit Samus coming up for you guys. I am Verum, and once again,
TC, what's really, really good, guys? It's time for some ZSS. If we're correct, it says Shaky, man. I think this is a new player. It's a new guy.
Damn.
All right.
I know these upsets all the way up to.
I know Shaky, man, but this Shaky guy.
all the way up to top 192. Man, what a hidden boss in Japan. But nah, this is Choco versus Shaky. Numbers 13 and 18 on the Japanese PGR.
That's wild.
Both playing Zero Suit Samus, both playing blue.
Yeah, this is going to be kind of hard to follow, but all right, we don't even have the names right. Jeez. Come on, production.
They're making this as difficult for us as possible. Right, okay, so Choco is the dark. No, Choco is the lighter
light
one.
Blue Sims, yeah, light blue ZSS, and we got Shake. Pretty sure it's Shaky.
Yeah, Shaky.
Yeah, Shaky there on the dark blue. Okay. What is it that Japan knows about ZSS that only Mars knows over there in the US?
I don't know. I don't know. There's also one more Zero Suit who couldn't make it this time. Kuro, he actually got sick not too long before the tournament. He's, I think, the highest ranked Zero Suit at the moment, but
that's unfortunate, man. That's you know, the biggest stage you got in Japan, the biggest Smash tournament, and you get sick. I know that feeling though.
It is awful, but there's a lot of back and forth between these two at the moment. Pretty much a dead even game.
Yeah, and honestly, the speed at which ZSS moves, it's really hard to tell how dark her blue is. So apologies, guys. All
right. So that was Shiki taking the first stock right there, and then Choco immediately answering back with his own back air.
And this is wild. I don't even know. I didn't really know what to say. This is actually the first time I've seen the mirror between two ZSS. There's not many ZSS players over there in America.
Yeah, I feel like there might have been one time where Nairo tried to do the mirror versus Mars. And
oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if it went particularly well for him, but we know that both these players are committed to Zero Suit, both dedicated mains of this character in this game. We're in Smash 4 as well.
And really interesting to see them somehow end up on Final Destination for the first match here. You know, this is probably the stage she likes the least.
Maybe that's why. Maybe they just decided, you know what, we'll get this out of the way.
Yeah. Lots of Zairs coming out, both players. I mean, they seem like they're very similar styles. You know, they're kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah. The mirrors are always very interesting in Smash. Just trying to see like how the same kit interacts with itself. Good snipe from Choco right there, but no capitalization.
Yeah, and such an incredibly even match here between these two.
These two very, very close in terms of caliber. I think a lot of people on paper would give it to Choco, but Shaky getting the lead once again.
Yeah, I love that reading the retreats, the edge of the stage. I don't think it was a roll, it's a drift backwards and closing out the stock there. Now, ZSS is an incredibly light character, so I wouldn't be surprised if Choco was able to figure a way to close out this shaky stock here.
Well, he's going for the ladder. There it is. Shaky getting that finish. A 2-stock on Choco in that game 1.
No tri-plats necessary. Straight from the bottom, the final destination. And that was over in the blink. I was still on my thought about how Choco can maybe close out the stock here and even it out again, but jeez.
Yeah, Shaky just not giving it to him at all.
So yeah, honestly, even though, oh sorry, what were the the PR numbers you said before?
13 for Choco, 18 for Shaky.
Yeah, even though Choco rated higher, I feel like I've heard and seen more of Shaky. I don't know why that is. I feel like maybe more people talk about Shaky, or maybe it's because I had the NES player Shaky back in Florida, and that's all I can think about. I don't know, man. Let's see what adjustments are made in game number 2. Well, we should just play different colors. Come on.
Yeah, you got 8 different colors. Why did you pick the 2 most similar?
Why are they both in the game is the real question. It's like, well, come on, Nintendo, you're wasting a slot.
I hate it when they do that.
All right, back to Final Destination though. They just want to scrap. No platforms, nothing fancy, no gimmicks. The better ZSS will win.
And so far, the momentum that Shaky had from the previous game, carrying on to this one, up to an early lead, just kind of, it feels like he knows some of Choco's habits here. Great down smash into the boost kick.
And I'm sure ZSS loves the weight of herself when it comes to those boost kick combos. It's crazy. So hard to hit someone's shield here. Always a forward air coming out from somebody afterward.
It's crazy to think just normally Zero Suit's pressure is incredibly safe. But these two really have to be immaculate with their spacing. Otherwise, they're just going to get stuffed by that fast, powerful forward air.
That reads the roll backwards. And so yeah, Shaky seemingly has Choco's number here. He's looking pretty crooked in this game number 2.
Yeah, this game has been all Shaky. Considering how even game 1 was, it's pretty insane just how much advantage he has.
So, and the reads are on point. That's the biggest thing. We've seen so many times he reads a roll back towards the stage, punish, reads a drift away, the punish with the up smash, and now Shaky almost laughing him in stocks again.
Great call out on the jump. Of course, Zero Suit is going to be a very jump-heavy character, and that's kind of the big thing about this matchup. Even though Zero Suit is very jump-heavy, she has the advantage of having a jump that's higher than almost the entire roster. But when you're fighting in the mirror, her jump is just as high as yours, so you can't really get away.
Oh, I don't know if you saw that, using the Gimmer tech to wasting his second jump to footstool, or pants to footstool his opponent.
Those extra frames of intangibility during the footstool, but he gets the up throw for the KO.
Not one you see very often, but you know, when your opponent's at that percent, take what you can get.
Yep, here's an option. Again, just stopping out these jumps of Shaky with these forward airs.
And that's where the confidence coming out from Shaky. You see that down air, and that's something you do just willy-nilly. You know, it's when you're certain it's going to hit, you're certain you're not going to get punished.
I said though, Choco has found some life. It seems he is making all the right calls this time, and this is kind of the Choco that a lot of people know and love.
Dropping shield in that back air, still living though.
Tries to intercept the boost kick, but very well placed by Shaky right there. Oh, that's going to be a big punish on that whiffed grab. Zero Suit's grab definitely improved substantially from the previous game, but still very punishable. And now Choco has really, really found himself close this gap considerably.
He's been down, but not out at all. Only 60%, and he's quickly making that back. Something happened. Shaky's starting to fall apart. Shaky's starting to look a little shaky, I should say.
Doesn't get the confirm into the back air. And look at where Choco is primarily placing his jumps now. Oh, that was a great read on the roll away, but unfortunately dropping out of the boost kick right there.
I'm sure Shaky's not complaining about that one. Gets a new lease on life here, but how crazy even the matches. They both trade Zayers with each other.
Yeah, the position of Choco's jumps. He's making sure that he's jumping very, very far away. Again, they're just trading these Zs. Z's
no
was the
one.
only option, and the boost kick. What a turnaround from Choco in that game, bringing it up to 1-1.
It's wild, man. You know, this character just hits so hard. But of course, playing against yourself, your incredibly light body, they play nice with each other. That was nuts, though. I really thought Shaky had his number from the first 2 stocks. He'd almost been up 2 stocks, almost very close to getting up 2 stocks, and then saw Choco just running back with some solid play. Again,
Really
you know,
solid.
I mentioned how close these two are in terms of playstyle, and the amount of times they would just trade short hop Zers with each other at the same time. It really goes to show.
Now Shiki instead opting for Smashville. A lot of why Choco was succeeding in that previous game was because he was able to react effectively at that longer distance. So closing that gap with the smaller stage of Smashville should play well for Shaky.
All right.
And he's got the platform.
Definitely not going to complain about that platform assist as well. Uh-oh.
Bold right there, and now it's Choco's turn to get the damage.
Yeah, missing the land and missing the continued ladder combo, though, but any damage is good damage here.
Bold forward smash.
I love how Shaky not afraid to keep throwing out those grabs. You know, he's lost a couple stocks, 1 or 2 stocks to a grab, but still, you can't let that get to you. It's part of your toolkit. You can't just stop using it.
Particularly when you consider the pressure that Zero Suit Samus exerts. She's good at securing those grabs, surprisingly, but a great back air to take Choco's first stock right there. Excellent pressure, just using the jab one, just to kind of check that shield. Not overcommitting.
Uh-oh.
Up airs, good use of the flip kicks, just get away from the pressure.
I love how you realize, you know, maybe I can't continue this ladder combo, but possibly I can read an air dodge to the ground with this up tilt. Didn't get what he's looking for, but the wherewithal was there.
Good interception with that back air right there.
And Verum, this is looking very similar to game number 2, but you know exactly how that game ended, so.
I feel like the longer that this game drags out, the warmer that Choco's engine is going to be. Shiki kind of has to close this out relatively quickly. Otherwise, Choco is going to continue to adapt to him bit by bit, as we saw in the previous game. Oh, great interception of the flip kick, but he still has his double jump. And a great recovery from Choco.
Perfectly spaced Zers here. Definitely doesn't want to get too close to his opponent. He knows he's up. Ooh!
Wow, still able to punish that landing and getting the KO as well. Very, very crucial for Choco right there.
Yeah, I thought he got away with it for a second there, but not quite.
Quick nair into fair. Good stuff for Choco for being in the air right there. That would have probably been his stock had he not been jumping.
And Shaky looking, again, a little nervous there. Like you said, maybe Choco has a slow download and he's getting warmer as the game drags on.
Good down air right there, just messing with the timing of Shiki right there. Tries to go for the forward air to take the stock, but that move a little bit unreliable at times.
Oh no, oh
wow,
no.
The double interception, that's gonna be the stock.
No.
What a play by Choco right there.
Yes, a repeat of game number 2. It seems Shaky almost up 2 stocks, and all of a sudden things start falling apart for him. Now he's looking like he's struggling and maybe a little bit desperate for a KO. Is that fair? Not gonna know, not enough.
All right, great back air out of shield, just quickly diffusing the situation. Now pretty much a dead even game between these two Zero Suit Samus players.
It's crazy. You know, I'm sure a lot of things that will work on bigger characters no longer work on ZSS herself. She's got such a small hurt box. So, you know, those rising up airs may not connect like they usually do on some bigger characters.
A very slim, slight frame of Zero Suit. The jabs coming out from Choco just to rack up a little bit of damage. Despite the fast movement of this, of both these characters, it feels like this is a relatively slow-paced set in general. Both of them are trying to play this as methodically as possible, not trying to rush in or overextend.
especially since they know this is the last stock for both of them. You know, this is game number 3.
Yep.
Last stock, and the loser of this will have a much harder time.
Red Joker once again retreating to center stage. Shiki trying to intercept with these forward airs. That's not going to be it just yet. Oh, but what an interception right there from Shiki to take that set. Great stuff, going 2-1 over Choco.
I love how he finished his food. He knew, you knew, I knew that boost kick was not going to kill Jose. He said, I have to go out there and end it right now, because if you come back, things could get bad. Choco, though, man, those adjustments, it's crazy.
Yeah, as we said before, it was a little bit of a slow burner, but he was making those adjustments bit by bit. But then Shaky was confident towards the end. He knew what he needed to do just to get those closing, finishing hits.
Yeah, I mean, I thought this was good. Just watching like the first game and the first half of the second game, I thought it was gonna be a quick 2-on a handshake. But Choco had some things to say about that. I'm glad I got to see him come back. It was hurting my eyes though. I'm not gonna lie, it was hurting my eyes. The blues ESS.
Yeah, it was too. They were too similar. Too similar, too quick. It was so.
I'm glad Nintendo put both those colors in the game. You know, some people like the lighter blue, some people like the darker blue. Thanks, Nintendo. You guys are great. Love you guys.
Did the same for. Who else did they do the same for? Marth?
Yeah, I think Marth has some similar ones. Yeah, I'd have to go through, but there are a couple characters where it's like, why would you? Why?
Shout out to like Sonic, who was just 8 shades of blue.
Oh yeah, Sonic and Pac-Man got a little jammed.
Yeah. Oh well. All is good.
Next match coming up.
Yep.
R2G Passeri Man versus R2G Etsuji. It's gonna be a team kill.
Oh no, team kill between
winners
these two
finals.
players.
Yeah, this is hard. This is tough, man.
Yeah.
You know?
This I think I want to say is to get into is it top 64? It's far. It's far in the bracket.
It's far in the bracket, yeah. But this is kind of rough. You know, you come through a 3,000 man tournament. What are the odds you play your teammate here?
Yeah. Fox versus Lucina. Tale, pretty much a tale as old as time itself. Close enough anyway. The classic Marth versus Fox from Melee, of course.
That's crazy. You're not even talking about Marth anymore. He's just dead to us. He's dead to us completely. He's been replaced.
Close enough. Fox and the spiritual successor to Marth.
Oh, that's rough, man. Sorry, Marth. Etsuji, though. God bless R2G. I mean, I guess it's a good thing. You know, they got 2 of their players made it this far into the bracket, so I'm sure they're not complaining at all.
Winners final set of this top 192 pool here. Fox versus Lucina, Passaraman versus Etsuji. Formerly known as Edge, of course.
Edge?
Edge.
Oh, that's cool.
Quick button check between these two.
Fox players always need their button checks, man. They're, I don't know how their fingers still work. Playing Fox is hard, man. Those short hops, it's intense. Saw a little bit of Passeri, man, yesterday. He's a very strong Lucina player. I think I could be wrong. Maybe.
Passaraman is the Fox.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, then I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Sorry. It's the R2G, man. It's too many. There was a Lucina player yesterday, right? All he did was Dolphin Slash. Anytime you touched his shield, Dolphin Slash. It worked, too. So who am I to say?
All right, so this is actually not top 64, top 24.
Oh wow!
To qualify
really?
here. This is to qualify for the winner's side of semifinals. Essentially, I believe that is top 24.
Shout outs to our bracket runners. You guys killed it this weekend. I mean, it's just mid-afternoon, and we're ready. Getting top 24 qualifying matches.
Yeah, crazy.
These guys are crazy. Yeah. All right, so Passeriman, the Fox, yeah, like you said. Etsuji, aka Edge, the Lucina.
Both these characters having their different voices in Japanese.
Fox, I think, sounds much better. Yeah, I said it.
You're not the only one that believes that, don't worry. What interceptions coming out from Passaraman already, reading these jumps superbly.
reading the side beat back on the stage. Down, he was looking for a down. He wanted to end that stock, you know, but he'll take the damage. Oh no, side beat into the shield. Of course, he's not going to cross him up.
Not in this game, though. Beautiful, the slightly high late nair to catch Etsuji jumping and then going for the up smash to confirm. And now, nice lead coming out for Paseraman.
Yeah, you want to talk about classics? That's a classic, man. Fox, standard kill confirm. Oh man, the strings are so long. 66% already on his second stock here, and Etsuji still struggling to, you know, find an opening.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to really set the pace of the game at all. It's all been Paseraman, but a great Dolphin Slash, and now Fox off stage. That platform, a blessing for Paseraman right there. Sour spot up tilt, getting the best hitbox to confirm. Nice delay on that.
Man, yeah, so smart, delaying his descent with that shine coming down. He said, you know what, you're confused here.
But the down smash immediately to defuse the situation. Only a one stock lead now, but still. Etsuji is going to need to adjust the pace of his gameplay if he wants to kind of get back in this. All right, finally getting some up airs.
Oh, high, I think the high attempt, but Etsuji ready and waiting for that. I love the pummels, man. Where are the pummels at in 2020? Everybody stop pummeling. Bring it back.
I love that as well, just because Lucina doesn't have the strongest throws, so her just going for the pummels and then trying to maintain advantage of the grab release is always a really nice thing for her.
Man.
Oh, into the up smash as well.
Doesn't get the KO, but man, you saw how long he waited for her to roll into the stage.
Two almost good calls from Paseraman, but the slight misspacing of those buttons led to his demise right there. And now suddenly it's a one stock apiece game, and not anymore. It is not. The up smash quickly closing any doubts.
He was just finishing his thought from the previous stock, you know. He had the jab lock and honestly the perfect setup, but that just wasn't quite enough. But he said, you know what? Just like Final Destination, I'm coming back to secure that kill. Players taking a while, a little second to, I like this, man. Too many players be rushing into the game number 2. I think it's very good to ice your opponent and kind of reset your mental, get ready for the next game, and think about the mistakes you made in game number 1.
Yeah, of course we saw that earlier with ProtoBanham. He took such a long time considering where to go in that game 3, and it really paid dividends for him right there. Etsuji now, they're taking it back to town and city. Lovely grab, and this is really where he needs to capitalize against Fox's disadvantage, but those up air juggles, brutal as they have always been.
Oh man, throwing out some attacks. He's getting punished for things, and oh man, wow, still living though. That was incredible DI though. Very rarely will you see someone live getting up smashed by Fox on the top platform, and you know what?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You cheated death and you got what you deserved.
Yep.
So Paseraman, honestly, looks like he's just slightly ahead of Etsuji here in terms of you know, thinking about the matchup, thinking about the set.
Just a lot of these, it feels like in a lot of these close quarters exchanges, Etsuji is playing rather tentatively, rather scared when he lands a fair on a shield.
What a juke, man. Once again, Shine coming in clutch there.
Just landing theirs on Etsuji's shield are causing him a lot of trouble. He's paying them a little bit too much respect, and as a result, it's allowing Paseraman to control the pace of the game. Tries to get the tech chase there with that down smash, but doesn't cover all the options. Beautiful interception, and just look at this, overlapped on this stock right now is Etsuji. Beautiful read, he just has all the answers right now, Paseraman.
What's the country code for Japan, man? He's got the entire country code, he's got the area code, he's got everything, he's got an entire number, man. Paseraman looking so clean in this game number 2, and he's had to make some huge mistakes here for Etsuji to bring this one back.
Very, very nice. Finally, just making use of that spot dodge and a great interception of the jump as well.
But you gotta wonder, Verum, is it too little, too late here?
Who knows? If he's able to force Pasaraman off stage, maybe capitalize on those edge guards, there might be a chance. But actually, Town and City, this stage makes it a little bit difficult at times. Now, if he wants to do it, he has to do it now.
The way that Asari, man, is moving, the way that his aggression, not giving SG room to breathe, and the connections, the combos that he's coming out with, you know, every hit leads to more and more hits here.
Yeah, he is playing this absolutely superbly. He's just going to take a couple more hits, and then something like a Nair up smash will be able to finish this set.
Oh, okay. That's mistake number 1. Mistake number 2.
No punish on that aerial illusion, though. A little bit less intuitive to punish. Oh, low.
No.
Easy counter. That's going to be that stock. And suddenly, we've got a one-stock game.
I told you, Veer, man. He's going to have to make some pretty big mistakes here to get someone ran back on him.
Tried the drag down fair again into the jab lock. This time, Etsuji was ready for it. Oh, lovely chase. He just knows. He's just conditioning him so well with that Nair pressure. Again, shield poke at the top. Pasaraman pops off, and he will be qualifying into the winner's side of top 24. Good stuff with the 2-0 finish.
And yeah, like you said, the shield poke, he blocked the first falling Nair, then a short hop, fastball Nair, shield poking him, not really much. I mean, it's just so hard to react to, tilting your shield up. You don't have a lot of time, don't have a lot of time to think about it. And then just like that, the set is over.
Yeah. Really, really difficult to react to Fox's jumps. They are the fastest in the game. He has the fastest full speed. He's one of the only characters that can do like full hop, fast, full pressure, and you just can't react to it. It's really, really difficult to deal with. But again, throughout that entire set, it just felt like Pasaraman was in the driver's seat. But of course, we'll be right back right after this ad break. Make sure to stay tuned.